With no plan to keep the government's lights on beyond next Saturday, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has sent the House home for a long weekend with very little prospect of a deal. He just said in the last couple of hours that he's hopeful there can be a vote on Tuesday. But across Washington, federal agencies are being notified to prepare for what would be the fourth shutdown in the last 6 years. It's a level of dysfunction so deep, some House Republicans are openly questioning whether their own colleagues even understand how Congress works.
This would be a meaningless shutdown if it were to occur, and it would absolutely impact people's lives. We need to make sure that we keep the government open and we get this deal done.
We are completely dysfunctional.
There needs to be a realization that you're not going to get everything you want. And just throwing a temper tantrum and stomping your feet, frankly, not only is it wrong, it's just pathetic.
I want to bring in NBC senior national political reporter Sahil Kapoor, and Stuart Stevens is back with us. Sahil, so where do things exactly stand right now?
Hey, Chris. Well, things are in a bad place on Capitol Hill as far as this debate goes. And don't take it from me, take it from the Republicans that you just played there. Any lingering optimism from my conversations about averting a shutdown has faded. And the question has now become, how is Congress going to reopen the government after what appears to be an all but inevitable shutdown? Yesterday, the House failed for a second time to debate an appropriations bill. You have this situation where Speaker McCarthy is dealing with a small minority of his small majority that wants to dictate policy for the entirety of Washington and the country, even though they don't have the votes in the Senate and certainly not a willing president who's going to sign their bills. Nevertheless, after McCarthy adjourned the House yesterday for a long weekend, his leadership team reconvened, tried to negotiate with some of these hard right members who are holding out in terms of finding a path forward on appropriations. Let's play what McCarthy said a little earlier.
I think we made some progress to those who have been holding up passing the rule to get onto these bills. We wanted to do it individually, rules, but I guess we do like a minibus rule. We got rules going to go in today. We got members working, and hopefully we'll be able to move forward on Tuesday to pass these bills. I still believe if you shut down, you're in a weaker position. You need the time to fund the government while you pass all the appropriations.
So does that mean
Now, look, Chris, let's take the optimistic view for a minute. Let's say McCarthy is able to pass these appropriations bills. These are simply Republican messaging bills that have no shot at getting through the Senate, much less getting a presidential signature. They're fighting right now over what their opening bid should be to start negotiations with the Senate. And that's where the real compromises would begin. That's where things get even more painful for Speaker McCarthy in trying to tame his far right. The only foreseeable path forward in the near term, while these negotiations happen on a full year funding bill, is a short-term bill, a continuing resolution. And there McCarthy is dealing with the same far right members who say no short-term funding bill under any circumstances. He's really in a vice here. And the question is likely going to be, how much is he willing to risk if this persists? Is he willing to potentially risk his gavel? Some of these members are clamoring to overthrow him. Are they going to make that attempt? Is he going to make a move, ultimately deal with Democrats to pass a law and risk that happening? That's one of the biggest questions here, and his path going forward is very, very murky, Chris.